Morning guys, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Trading, heading down the hill to see the Yack Session group, getting Norman to work my dogs in the backside. I'm mainly worried about, not worried, but want to get Toffee work to really get him sparked real heavy into the bite work. So Norman's one of my main decoys in that regards. And then back to my whole premise about decoys, it's real important to find people that are giving, have the knowledge and the experience, and know what they're doing on the fly with this type of style of work that I do. You know, I'm going to name this one Dave Kroyer, reading between the lines, because Dave posted a post the other day, and it was an excellent point. I don't even know what he said. He just made it real bland, but it made it feel like he was talking to me. You know, I'm sure he might see my videos. Who knows? He's not going to give me any. He's not going to say anything about me online at all. He give me any credit whatsoever. But it was really well done, and it was a cartoon. There was two ladders next to each other, and the one ladder on the left-hand side had the rungs really short together, so that anybody walking up them could go up really a lot more fast, a lot more efficiently, right? And on the other side was the rungs were a lot farther apart, and the person had to really reach to get to the next rung, and it was a struggle, right? So obviously the person on the left got to the top first, and it was a lot easier for him. So what I saw in that cartoon was something that you see me doing. I'm pushing and I'm going a lot faster than I could be, or I should be. If it was my own personal dog, it wasn't a customer's dog, and I had all the time in the world and I could charge him all the money in the world, I'd take things a lot slower. I could afford to. I could say, yeah, I got a money banks over here, and he's totally open-minded to me, going ahead and soaking him for all kinds of fees, and I can just take my time to do that, right? Or if you're David Kroyer and you can afford to charge him that, and it's your way or the highway, nobody's going, oh my God, Dave's going to be working my dog, I'm going to go ahead and do this. So whatever, but that's not my point. My point was that it was very well received on my side, because that's exactly what you see me doing with Toffee. I am going a lot faster, putting a lot more pressure, and I'm going to end up at the top of the ladder, but it's going to be a lot more struggle in between, because I haven't broken down those pieces and been very methodical in working those pieces slower, right? And having the rungs slower, and you get those lessons in, and that's baseboard. That's your platform, right? That is everything, and how you build the dog to get a finished product that's going to be a lot less stress on the dog, a lot easier on the animal. But sometimes when you're a trainer, you're charging somebody a fee, you don't have that luxury. And so you look at the dog, you say, okay, wait a minute, this dog can take it. I can get him through this, and I will. And it's going to be a tough slog for me to be able to get the dog to do this with what I'm doing. But I'll get it done, you know. And the dog will work, and he will do a good job towards the end. Some of the stuff you see is, one, you don't see the dog flipping at my side that well. He's not staying my side and having that back end awareness to move, right? That's because we haven't done enough bull work. That whole bull work session, that whole bull work criteria, getting him to be real efficient with moving his ass in, and then going in quarter turns on the bull and getting the flip around, really understanding the whole concept of moving his ass in the right way and having back end awareness, would be a lot easier for me to do some of the things I'm doing. And that's one of those pieces of the puzzle in my head that I'm saying, okay, wait a minute, I need to go over to that bull work, I need to concentrate on that and get the dog doing it, right? The box, same thing. But again, if that dog was imprinted properly when it was a puppy and young, and they had a lot better luring ability and a lot better baseboard with food motivation, and the luring was set in, and you were using classical conditioning in that way, if I pull out food for any of my other dogs that I've raised from a puppy, they're right into that food, and I can do anything I want to with them using the food, right? To a certain degree. You've got Buddy, he takes your hands off. He's a shark. And these things are stuff that I should have taught him early on. Instead of letting him come at me heavy with that food, I should have nipped him way back and taught him to go easy on the hands. But he's a Dutch Shepherd, so it's half a dozen, one or the other, if that would have been the case. But so again, Dave's cartoon with his ladder was very well received, because that's what he's trying to say. Take your time. Take your time and methodically build that dog, and hit each one of these pieces of the puzzle well enough that you've got the criteria behind that procedure, what you're trying to achieve with it, get it really solid before you move on to the next thing. Make sure those rings are closer together. Take your time and methodically build that dog in the right way, and you're going to get to the top of that ladder, and you're going to have a lot better at the end. Your scores are going to be better if you're competing, and that's what Dave does. He competes. And that's where his world is, right? So that's what he's trying to say. It was an excellent cartoon, and the message was well received. So thank you, Dave. If you weren't talking to me and you were just talking to the world and wherever it came from, great. But I have a feeling you were talking about me. You're kind of watching me push Toffee, and the rungs are a lot farther apart, and it's a lot more of a struggle to get there because I don't have each one of those individual pieces put together as well as I could, right? So I'll go ahead and let you go. I hope you have a good Christmas, and now we're talking about have a Happy New Year's. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.